Hi Katie, hi YouTube, it is Fanfiction Friday again! This fanfiction was actually written by one of my Twitter followers who felt that we needed a cycling-related fanfiction, and I totally agree, and so here it is. It's kind of long, so we're gonna go now. This fanfiction is titled 7 Deadly Spins. My unusual afternoon encounter actually started in a most mundane way. 11:58, lock keyboard. 11:59, leave my desk. 11:59 and a half, walk out of the office while remembering to avoid the CEO's doorway by taking the back passage from the office, then into a lift and on the way to the gym by midday. That left me 13 or 14 minutes to get to the gym, change, fill my water bottle, and find a ride in the spin studio. Class started at 12:15 prompt. Finding a ride was never a problem. There were 50 Spin Strong branded bikes in there, never mind Spin Strong's discredited backstory. They were fine machines in all their glistening steely beauty, and I knew exactly the setting required for my taut muscular frame. But today's class, something felt different. Then I realized, instead of the scheduled #Spin Crush instructress, there was someone else taking the class, a man. Mitch, I think you're having trouble with your writing, sir. Nuts, I thought. I already knew that if my favorite #Spin Crush instructress wasn't running the class, I'd only put in half the effort. At least I wouldn't have to spend the entire class sucking in my gut, hoping to make small talk afterwards. I had managed only twice with my #Spin Crush, but for some reason had never managed a third time. She was fit, and she was classy. I mean, she had lots of class, and she ran a spin class, but not today's spin class. That was unclass. Fit means sexy in British. Anyway, perhaps this guy would be okay. When the reggae track started, though, I knew I was in trouble. Reggae? A musical idiom known for its lagging rhythm behind an implied beat. For spin? But OMFG. Before I knew it, we were off. Double time. This guy knew high cadence. His T said 28, but the RPMs never fell below 128 for the full class. This guy was not normal. I looked around. Was everyone else as surprised as me? A fellow spinny mouthed the words, "Cool Twitter spin, bro," and gave me a thumbs up. Then I realized. This was Vance Spinstrong, and I'd walked straight into the middle of one of his flash mob-style Twitter spins. There was no way around it. I knew I would never be able to match his speed. I tried high cadence before, and it had only left me with sore knees. I would soon be found out. I spun, I span, I spinned, but I could barely keep up. How on earth was everyone else coping at this speed with the loping reggae soundtrack? Were they on something? They had to be on something. Admittedly, I hadn't lunched yet, but my bread and water was usually enough. That was my own fault. That was not Mitch's fault. That was my own stupid reading. The beats went on. Steel Pulse, Bob Marley, The Police. WTF, I thought. The Police? That's not really reggae. Then I looked up. Vance Spinstrong was looking straight at me, as if he was reading my mind. I looked left and right. My fellow spinnies were looking at me. I was being given the look. I knew the look. They knew I was doubting them. I tried to give them the look back, and then over the music system came Rotex, but not the look. Instead, it was Must Have Been Love, a far better track musically and lyrically, in my opinion. But I recognized the danger. We were in Swedish Europop territory, which meant reggae, Maestro's Ace of Base would be up next. I couldn't take it anymore. Then the tempo rose another 5 BPM, and before I knew it, I was being spat out the back of the class. I unclipped. Ashamed, I headed for the side door of the studio. "Hey, buddy, next time don't spin in the soup," I heard Vance call as he left, but only after taking care to stretch and warm down appropriately. Soup, I thought? That was PSP2 electrolyte I was drinking, not soup, but I knew what he meant. As I departed, I left the side studio door open deliberately. A strong wind blew in. As I walked away, I could hear the panic as the echelons formed and the spin pack got blown apart. I got showered and started to get changed. I held up my ECDC for those about to rock boxers admiringly, the ones with the cannon on the front. Just as I was about to put them on, I felt a sting from behind. A single, unidentifiable towel whipped across my nether regions. I guess I'll never know who was responsible. Things like that often happen in the gym I went to. But the welt, it actually looked like a number. I'm convinced it said 7, which I presume was his, whoever he was, favorite Brad Pitt movie. I left the gym, like the story, without conclusion. Finn. So that was Mitch's story. Katie's going to be back on Monday, and we're starting a new thing along with Fanfiction Friday, and it's going to be really fun, and I'm going to go and hang out with this beautiful kitty.